Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series, we will go back to where it all started. And this time round, we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in Chongqing, China for the Cooling Down Challenge, which entails eliminating Imogen by dropping her into the data cores coolant system. So for this challenge we will be starting at the Riverside Walkway, and the only items we need to be bringing with us will be our silenced pistol and some coins. Everything else is available on the map. So, right from the start and off the bat, we need to get wet and head off to our right down the walkway, and we're going to go into the facility, the data facility, that is, the ICA data facility. So we should really have ID and we could just walk in the front door, but we have gone kind of rogue at this point in the story, so we are going to have to break in. So once we get down to the rear of the restaurant area along the walkway, we're just going to wait here for the young lady you can see down below us to remember the code into the facility, which is 0118. You could jump down and let yourselves in. It's just easier, not necessarily quicker, but easier to just wait and let the young lady remember the code, and she will let us in. And then all we have to do is follow her through the shipping containers here into the facility, and when we get through into the facility, the young lady will head down the stairs and to the left. We're going to head down the stairs and straight over the balcony, and then straight over the balcony ahead of us again, and this will bring us down to the first level. And down here we're going to select our camera, and we're going to make the restroom windows non-see-through, or opaque I believe the word is, and then dart across the corridor towards the server room. We're going to use the air conditioning unit here to lure out each of the two occupants of the restroom, one male, one female. The female is usually the first to come out. There she is. And once she is investigating, we can render her unconscious and hide her in the closet in the storage room. Be aware there are a couple of people out in the corridor, a couple of workers and a guard. As long as you subdue your victims here quietly, they will never notice, even if they're walking right past when you do it. So once the young lady is safely tucked away, we're going to rinse and repeat for her colleague. And this is the reason why we're here, is we need this guy's outfit. So there you can see the two gentlemen out in the corridor walking around. They will not spot you if you're quiet, even if you're right out in the open like this. So once the gentleman has come to investigate, we can render him unconscious, get him in the closet in the storeroom, take his outfit, and we can now make our way down to level 2. So we're just going to make our way through the corridor, and just beyond the stairs up past the restroom here, we're going to stop, pull out our camera and opaque the window along the corridor there, blocking the access of the camera. And then underneath the stairs we're going to place one coin just down in the corner there, and then we're going to take up station by these plant pots that are completely hidden from anyone's view. Don't know why they're there. And we're just going to wait now for our target and her bodyguard to make their way down as part of their routine. And once Imogen is safely out of this area and her bodyguard just about to leave, we're going to throw the coin into the corner of the room. That will attract both of their attentions, and Imogen will send her bodyguard in to investigate, and when he spots the coins and moves in to collect them, we can then render him unconscious. We're going to collect up our coins, his gun, and the level 3 dongle that the guard drops. We're going to need that for our exit. We are also going to take his outfit and then deposit him in the closet provided. So from here on out, we're going to draw out our camera and we're going to open up a few doors. Now we have our level 3 dongle. So we're going to open this door here. Just be aware of the patrolling enforcer on the other side. He will get in our way just a little and slow things down considerably. You can take him out if you so wish. I've opted to let him live, or at least remain outside of the cupboard. So once he moves away, we're going to make our way just into the entrance of the door, and up to our left there is a camera. We're going to take out that camera and then take out our camera and open the door to the data core. And this is where things get a little bit time consuming, because we now have to wait for that enforcer patrolling guard to make his way back past us, and we're going to use this server that we're standing by to keep a barrier between us and him. Now he will move down the right hand side of the server at each time, so either way, going backwards or forwards, he will move down the right of the server, and we can then move down the left hand side of the server past him. At the end of the corridor, we're going to take out the camera, pull out our camera, make our way into the control room, and we're going to opaque all of the windows in here before advancing on the worker at the console, rendering her unconscious, and then we can hide her body in the closet out in the corridor. Now be aware once again that the patrolling enforcer guard is around, and I believe he is just heading back this way, so we're just going to wait for him to be in position. And once he is safely in position with his back to us, we can then deposit the young lady here in the closet. It's also at this point, if you so wish, you can lure the guard in here and put him out of our misery as well. Like I said, I've opted to leave him be. It does slow us down somewhat, but it is somewhat safer at the same time. So once the guard makes his way back towards the data core entrance, we are just going to once again utilize the server here as cover. As you can see, he is now making his way back down the corridor, and when he comes back this way, he will pass by on our left. Would have been the right hand side if we're on the other side of the server. He will always pass on that side of the server closest to the data core. So he should be making his way back along here any second now. I believe there he is. So he will go around to our right of the first server bank, and then cut through and around to our left on the next server bank. And once he goes past us, we can make our way into the core room. And just to our right here, we're going to place a coin on the floor, and then another one just slightly ahead of it up the ramp. And that is just to obtain Imogen's attention, as there is another guard at another door on the opposite side of this room, and he's facing at such an angle that if we get Imogen to make her way just up that ramp a little bit, the actual data core will block his view from what we're doing. So once Imogen arrives and she notices the coins, we can then sneak up behind her, render her unconscious. Be aware of the patrolling guard at the door that we are inside of. Make sure he's not around when you're doing this as well. And then deposit Imogen into the coolant for the data core.
I just need to override this, and I'm in. You can get out now, and I can take care of the data remotely. Unless you want to have.
So I completely forget that if you do not vacate the data core immediately, the doors will lock and you will be forced to go the long way round, which is what I am doing now. So we're going to make our way underneath the staircase using our camera to open the grill vents. We're going to follow the corridor around to the right until we get back to the more public areas, and then all we have to do now is make good our escape. Now don't forget to grab the level 3 dongle from Imogen if you haven't already got it from her bodyguard, so that we can then take the facility exit, which is why I recommend getting it from the bodyguard first of all. It's easier, safer and calmer at that point. So there we go, one more challenge taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.